you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Wow, thank you. So, I didn't know this. I love you too, look at this place. So I didn't know what came with this position. And I didn't know that they closed down the roads around the stadium for an hour and a half. We got to work out a new deal with our Secret Service, but we love them, right? Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being so patient. Thank you. Oh, you're going to be happy. We're all going to be happy. I'm here today for one main reason, to say thank you to Ohio. Thank you. We won the state by almost 10 points, which they say is totally unheard of. In fact, I don't know if you know, but at the beginning, they say you have to win Ohio. You must win Ohio, right? You heard it. Over and over and over. And we started off sort of even, and then we were 1 up and 2 up. We didn't have much help at the top levels, you know that, right? And that turned out it didn't matter. But we had help with the people, and that's what really did matter. So I kept hearing, you must win Ohio. You cannot win the presidency without Ohio. So we started we were about even, right, at the beginning. And then point by point by point. And then we had a couple of little troughs. But with Ohio, there was no trough. It just kept getting better and better. Just better and better. And the end result is incredible. I love you, Ohio. This is a great place, great people. I have so many friends. Thank you. Thank you. In the true sense, history called and the people of this great state answered. And you're going to be very happy. We're going to say right now, what are we going to do? We're going to make America great again. You watch. You went out and you pounded the pavement, organized your fellow citizens, and propelled to victory a grassroots movement, the likes of which the world has never seen before. This is what they say. Today on one of the networks, they said, maybe Andrew Jackson? I said, when was that? It was like in the 1838? And then somebody else said, well, that was great, but nothing like what happened here, okay? So it really has been fun. And more importantly, I heard Mike saying about what happened today in Indiana. We're going to do that all over the country. We're going to do it all over the country. Carrier, thank you, Carrier. Today we made history, and now the real work begins. That is the second reason that I'm here today. I'm going to discuss our action plan to make America great again. We're going to discuss. Although we did have a lot of fun fighting Hillary, didn't we? Okay. Right? And by the way, the people are continuing to pour in, so let them come in. We could wait a half hour, an hour, but I don't think we're going to do that, right? Let them pour in. Let's blame them for being late, right? But as I said, just today I was in Indianapolis to announce that we're saving the jobs at the Carrier plant from going to Mexico, 1,100 jobs. And I'm asking all companies to keep their jobs in America, and we will work to make America a better environment for workers and businesses. And we will crack down on all foreign trade abuses that undermine your ability and your company's ability to compete. Those days are over when those companies are going to leave. We have so many problems to fix in our country, but I know that if we set aside our differences, and we do have differences, we're a very divided nation, but we're not going to be divided for long. I've always brought people together. I know you find that hard to believe, although this group probably doesn't find it hard to believe. But we are going to bring our country together, all of our country. We're going to find common ground, and we will get the job done properly. We'll get it done properly. And so importantly, America will start winning again, big league. We're going to win again. But to succeed, we must enlist the effort of all Americans. For too long, Washington has tried to put us in boxes. They separate us by race, by age, by income, by geography, by place of birth. We spend too much time focusing on what divides us. Now is the time to embrace the one thing that truly unites us. You know what that is? America, America. It's America. Because when America is unified, nothing is beyond our reach. I mean that. You're going to see. You're going to see. We're going to have a country that was never so great. You watch, in so many different ways. You hear a lot of talk about how we're becoming a globalized world, but the relationships people value in this country are local. Family, city, state, country, they're local. We'll compete in the world. We want to compete in the world. But we're going to compete in the world where it's a two-way road, not a one-way road. The advantages are going to come back to our country, and they haven't for many, many years. There is no global anthem, no global currency, no certificate of global citizenship. We pledge allegiance to one flag, and that flag is the American flag. From now on, it's going to be America first, okay? America first. We're going to put ourselves first. We seek peace and harmony with the nations of the world, but that means recognizing the right of every country, including our own, to look after its citizens. We would put other countries first. We had people running our country that truly didn't know what the hell they were doing, okay? Didn't know what they were doing. We're going to defend the American worker. Look what's happened right here. They forgot about the American worker. They forgot that it was the American worker who truly built our country. We are not going to forget, believe me. One of the reasons we're so divided today is because our government has failed to protect the interests of the American workers and their families, making it too easy for us to see ourselves as distinct groups and not unified as a whole. We're not unified. We're going to be. Washington's politicians have spent so long appealing to competing interests, they've forgotten how to appeal to the national interest, combining the skills and talents of our people in a common cause. And we have unbelievable talent. But that is all about to change. Our goal is to strengthen the bonds of trust between citizens, to restore our sense of membership in a shared national community. Global is wonderful, but right now we want to focus on our national community. Never again will anyone's interests come before the interests of the American people. It's not going to happen again. And over the last 2 weeks, since our victory, I've spoken to many foreign leaders. And I will tell you, they have such respect for us. They all tell me how this was amazing. They all tell me how they sat in their magnificent rooms in different countries throughout the world. These are the leaders, the prime ministers, the presidents, all of them. How they sat in their magnificent rooms watching in wonderment and hearing how people came to vote that didn't vote in 20 years. People came to vote that haven't voted before. And they had Trump shirts on, and they had Make America Great hats on, and they had buttons pouring off. And they thought it was amazing. And honestly, one of them told me, I truly respect the United States again because of what happened. We're going to seek a truly inclusive society where we support each other, love each other, and look out for each other. And that means that people coming into our country have to be people that have the potential to love us, not to hate us. We condemn bigotry and prejudice in all of its forms. We denounce all of the hatred, and we forcefully reject the language of exclusion and separation. We're going to come together. We have no choice. We have to, and it's better. It's better. We seek a future where every American child is fully included in the American dream. We're going to have our own American dream. And we're going to bring back the American dream. The problems that plague our inner cities or that afflict poor rural communities, and we do have those rural communities, some of them are poor. We're going to help those people. We're going to rebuild those communities. They're not permanent features of American life. They can be fixed, and together we're going to fix them. We are going to fix them. We've spent, as of this week, according to the latest count, we've spent $6 trillion in the Middle East. And the Middle East today is far worse than it's ever been. You will see changes very quickly. A shrinking you will see it. A shrinking workforce and flat wages are not the new normal. And we're not even talking about flat. We're talking about wages where some of you in this audience, hardworking, incredible Americans, were making more money 20 years ago than you're making today. And today, you're older and you're working harder. And in many cases, you have 2 jobs. Some of that's because of Obamacare. And by the way, we are repealing and replacing Obamacare. We can reverse the stagnation and usher in a period of true opportunity and growth. Endless gridlock is not a way of life any longer. We don't have to accept that. Government can be responsive, and we can become proud again of how Washington works. And I've spoken to Democrats, and I said to them, look, we can't go on with this gridlock. It's gone on for so many years. It's gone on for so many years. They can't get together. We're going to get together. And I believe they want to get together. You know why? Because it's time, and the people are angry. They're angry. And they're going to get together. We're going to make joint decisions. We are, and the nice part, our victory was so great. We have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the presidency. But we want to get them on board also. People are constantly telling me and telling you, to reduce our expectations. Those people are fools. They're fools. But this campaign proved that the old rules no longer apply, that anything we want for our country is now possible. Anything we want, right? Now is not the time to downsize our dreams, but to set our sights higher than ever before for our country. Now is the time to push for real, profound change that restores the full promise of America for all of its people, and those people are great people. I got to know them, believe me, over the last 18 months. And what we've created is a movement, and it's a beautiful thing. You take a look here, the roads are all gridlocked, all locked down, all secured up, and people pour in. It's an amazing thing. Now is the time to unlock the potential of millions of Americans left on the sidelines, their talents unused, their dreams unrealized, and their aspirations totally forgotten. And these are people of great talent. This is the moment. This is our chance. This is our window for action. This is the hour when the great deeds can be done and our highest hopes can come true. We're going to do it, folks. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Thank you. I love you too. Guy. Some guy. Look at this guy. And I do love him. He's a rough-looking cookie, though, I'll tell you. We love. We have a lot of love, believe me. Going to be a lot of love in our country. Driven by these goals, I'm working to assemble a detailed action plan for America. My plan begins with a bold structural reform to create millions of new jobs and rapidly expand our economic growth. And you see what's happening with taxes. You see what's happening with regulations, which are totally out of control. Right now, we punish companies for doing business in America. They're actually punished. That's why they're leaving. And by the way, I have to say this. We are going to reduce taxes to a point that are incredible. For the middle class in particular, but for our companies. And we're going to reduce the regulations. But if a company wants to still leave the state of Ohio or Pennsylvania, or how about North Carolina? How well did we do in North Carolina, right? Remember when they said, he cannot win North Carolina? So we had just won Ohio, Iowa, and we had just won Florida. Breaking news, Donald Trump has won Florida. They say, whoa. And we won it big. But then the people back there, the extremely dishonest press, said, right? Very dishonest people. How dishonest. How about when a major anchor who hosted a debate started crying when she realized that we won? How about that? Tears. No, tell me this isn't true. And you know what she doesn't understand? Things are going to be much better now. She doesn't understand. I mean, think of it. We won in a landslide. That was a landslide. And we didn't have the press. The press was brutal. You know what? Hey, in the great state of Ohio, we didn't have the upper echelon of politician either, did we? But I will say this, and it was very nice. Your governor, John Kasich, called me after the election and was very nice. He said, congratulations, that was amazing. He couldn't believe how much we won Ohio by, or the election by. Remember, you cannot get to 270, the dishonest press. There is no road. Folks, how many times did we hear this? There is no path to 270. There is no path. There is no path. There is no path for Donald Trump. Texas is in play. Do you remember that one? Now, as a Republican, I'm supposed to win Texas. As a Republican, I'm supposed to win Georgia. As a Republican, I'm supposed to win the great state of Utah. I love Utah. Love those states. Remember when they said Donald Trump is going to lose to some guy I never even heard of? Who was that guy? He is going to lose to this guy. But the people of Utah were amazing, and we trounced them. We trounced. And by the way, Hillary came in second, and that guy came in third. I'm still trying to figure out what was he going to prove. I wanted to find what the hell was he trying to prove? I guess he wanted us to lose the Supreme Court. That's about the only thing he was going to get. But think of it. They said, I'll tell you what, just 2-3 weeks before the election. And my friends would tell me just the opposite. They live in Texas and Georgia. They said, Georgia is in play. Texas is in play. That means like we're even. And then we won in a landslide, both states. I said, what happened? Right? They go, for weeks, Texas is in play. Then you turn on the television like 2 minutes later, Donald Trump has won Texas, you know. These are very, very dishonest people. Okay. I love this stuff. Should I go on with this just a little bit longer? I love it. How about it's like 12 o'clock in the evening, and Pennsylvania, I'm leading by a lot, and we couldn't get off 98%. They didn't want to call it. We're leading by so much that it's impossible. If I lost every other vote, and they refused to call. Then at 3 o'clock, I'll never forget, I watched a particular person, and we won Wisconsin, and we won Michigan, and we won Pennsylvania, right? And that person is doing the map. And that person was saying for months that there's no way that Donald Trump can break the blue wall, right? We didn't break it, we shattered that sucker. We shattered it. We shattered it. Man, that poor wall is busted up. So, I'll never forget it though, because it felt so good. You know, more so because they kept saying there's no path and all this nonsense. So, and I go out and I see the people like this, and I'd say, how are we going to lose? I mean, how are we going to lose? But what happened? So they'd say, we win Wisconsin. Donald Trump, 38 years or so. Donald Trump has won Michigan. And then they're looking at the map, they're saying, oh, wow. There's no way for Hillary Clinton to become president. Donald Trump is president of the United States. Oh, amazing. It's amazing. Really amazing. And one of the announcers, I have to tell you, from ESPN. Now, they cover football and boxing and everything, right? And he went out, he said, I got to tell you, that event last night, meaning the election results, was better than any fight, any baseball game, any football game. He said that was the most exciting event I've ever seen, and it was politics. And then you look at the NFL. Well, now they should start recovering. But their ratings were so far down. And you know what the reason was? This. Because this business is tougher than the NFL. It's crazy. The people liked it. Their ratings were down 20 or 21%. And it was because of us. So we had a lot of fun. The bottom line is we won. We won. We won big. Whether it's producing steel, building cars, or curing disease, we want the next generation of innovation and production to happen right here in America and right here in Ohio, right? First, on taxes. We're going to massively lower taxes and make America the best place in the world to hire, to invest, to grow, to create, and to expand. We're going to do that. On regulation, we're going to eliminate every single wasteful regulation that undermines the ability of our workers and our companies to compete with companies from foreign lands. We're going to do that. We have the greatest competitors on earth. And by the way, I've put on some of the greatest business people in the world. One of the networks said, why, he put on a billionaire at Commerce. Well, that's because this guy knows how to make money, folks. He knows how to make money. I'd like to put on a guy that failed all his life, but we don't want that, do we? No, I put on a killer, and I've been honest. I said, I am going to be putting on the greatest killers you've ever seen. We need that. It's time. It's time. It's time. We have a great, great cabinet, I'll tell you. It's coming, and wait till you see what we have next week. Are we doing a good job with our cabinet and our people? And I don't want to tell you this because I want to save the suspense for next week. So I will not tell you. I refuse to tell, and don't let it outside of this room. Do you promise? Raise your hand. Promise. So I will not tell you that one of our great, great generals, don't let it outside, right? And of course, the press is very honest. They'll never let this go. Even though it's all live, they got about 7 stations live. We are going to appoint Mad Dog Mattis as our Secretary of Defense. But we're not announcing it till Monday, so don't tell anybody. Mad Dog. He's great. He is great. I asked one of the generals, I love the generals, and I won't use his name, but he probably would come forward. But I said to him, you're a good general, aren't you? Yes, sir, I am. I said, so how do you compare to General Mattis? How do you compare to Mad Dog? "Sir, he's better than I am." I loved it. I said, "I love you to say that." They love him. So we're going to be announcing him on Monday of next week. Keep it inside the room, but that's what we have, and he's our best. They say he's the closest thing to General George Patton that we have, and it's about time. It's about time. Okay. So I gave up a little secret. My people over there are probably saying, "You weren't supposed to do that, Mr. Trump." On energy, we will pursue energy independence and cancel the job-killing restrictions on the production of shale energy, oil, natural gas, and clean coal, and we're going to put the miners of Ohio back to work. On infrastructure, we will build new roads, tunnels, bridges, railways, airports, schools, and hospitals, including major projects in the inner cities. There's such potential in the inner cities. We're not using our potential. Remember when I would make the speeches, I'd say, "What the hell do you have to lose?" The African-American community was so great to me in this election. They were so great to me. Amazing. I couldn't believe it. I started off at a low number, and every week, boom, boom, boom. And I got it up to a number that's higher than all of the Republican candidates for years. And it was great. The Hispanic community, I did great with the Hispanic community. Great. Higher than people that were supposed to have done well. I felt it. And is this really a big surprise? We did great with women. Can you believe it? Great with women. A couple of polls came in. A couple of polls came in the early states, and they said, "We don't believe it. He's doing well with women." But every time I went out, I saw those beautiful pink signs, right? Women for Trump, and I knew we were going to do well. So we did great with women. We did great with everybody. We will deepen our harbors and new lanes of commerce across the nation. We have harbors that ships can't even go into. We will have two simple rules when it comes They don't know that Hillary lost a couple of weeks ago. They forgot. I don't know. Where do these people come from? Oh, well. They're taking her back home to mom. No, it's true. It's true. They don't realize. They don't know. You know, a lot of the people that protested, we said, "Did you vote?" "No, I didn't vote." They don't vote. They never vote. And do you agree with my stance that if people burn the American flag, there should be consequence, right? Think so. Think so. We will have two simple rules when it comes to this massive rebuilding effort. Buy American and hire American. We're going to do it ourselves. We're going to do it ourselves. And that will be our new mantra. On trade, the history of nations teaches us that the strength of a country and its trade and manufacturing sector is vital to both its economic prosperity and national security, because we don't do that. Our borders are weak. Our trade is terrible. You're going to see a turn that is so big, and it's going to happen so fast. And we started today in Indiana. Believe me, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. Our trade deficit now is nearly $800 billion a year. It's a chronic drag on growth and a destroyer. It destroys the wealth of our country and jobs, and jobs. Ohio has lost 1/3 of its manufacturing jobs since NAFTA. And you know the nice part? Now I don't have to say, signed by Bill Clinton and approved by Hillary. Who cares? All I can tell you is that NAFTA is a disaster. What difference does it make? We will fix NAFTA, or we'll terminate it and start all over again. America has lost 70,000 factories. Hard to believe. I always say that's a typo. 70,000 factories since China joined the World Trade Organization. Think of it. In the year 2000, America had nearly 20 million manufacturing jobs in the Rust Belt, okay? Today, we have only 12.3 million manufacturing jobs left in the Rust Belt. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring them back. The Rust Belt has been hammered. And one of the reasons I won. It's one of the reasons I won. Ohio, as an example, is down from 1.2 million manufacturing jobs in the year 2000 to only 690,000 jobs today. Not going to happen anymore, folks. Or take Michigan. They're down from 900,000 manufacturing jobs in the year 2000 to only 600,000 manufacturing jobs today. I see these numbers and it's sad. But what isn't sad, because this is all about hope, but it's real hope, because we're going to turn that around so fast. And we don't want Ford leaving and going to Mexico to build its small cars. We don't want it. We're going to turn it all around. We're living through the greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. I've been saying it for months. It used to be the cars were made in Flint, right? And you couldn't drink the water in Mexico. Today, the cars are made in Mexico, and you can't drink the water in Flint, Michigan. You know that, right? What a difference. But we're turning that around. What a terrible thing that was, too. Gross incompetence on so many levels. The era of economic surrender is over. We're going to fight for every last American job. It's time to remove the rust from the Rust Belt and usher in a new industrial revolution. We're going to do it. On health care reform, we will repeal Obamacare. We have no choice. And we will finally fix health care for America's incredible, staggering. For whatever reason, people in uniforms like Trump, I don't know, I have to figure that out. These are great people. We're going to take care of our veterans. And we're working right now on somebody to run the Veterans Administration who will be terrific, believe me, terrific. And I'll be watching, too. I'll be watching. On child care, I'm asking Congress to pass legislation to support the American family and make safe and affordable child care accessible to all. It's so important. Our agenda will fight to increase pay and opportunities for women in the workforce. Support women entrepreneurs. Who's a women entrepreneur here? Who's a women? A lot of them. Hate to tell you, men, generally speaking, they're better than you are. Now, if I said it the other way around, I'd be in big trouble, don't you? And we're going to make sure that no one is penalized for the decision to have a family. Right now, they're penalized. On crime, the murder rate has experienced its largest increase in 45 years in our country. Think of that. We're going to support the incredible men and women of law enforcement. They are incredible people. My administration will marshal federal resources to bring this crime wave to an end, most in 45 years. We believe all Americans have the right to live in safety and peace, and we will never back down in fighting to deliver that security to every community in our land and to our inner cities that have been forsaken. Take care of our inner cities and the people in our inner cities. On defense, we will begin a major national effort to rebuild our badly depleted military. Have no choice. We have no choice. You look at this world, it's a tinderbox. We have no choice. And we want a strong military, and we don't want to have to use it. Ideally, we don't have to use it, although we will destroy ISIS. At the same time, we will pursue a new foreign policy that finally learns from the mistakes of the past. We will stop looking to topple regimes and overthrow governments, folks. Remember, $6 trillion, $6 trillion in the Middle East. $6 trillion. Our goal is stability, not chaos, because we want to rebuild our country. It's time. It's time. We will partner with any nation that is willing to join us in the effort to defeat ISIS and radical Islamic terrorism. Okay, we have to say the term. Have to say the term. In our dealings with other countries, we will seek shared interests wherever possible and pursue a new era of peace, understanding, and goodwill. On immigration, we will restore the sovereignty of the United States. We will restore the sovereignty. We will finally end illegal immigration. Have to. We will construct a great wall at the border. Dismantle the criminal cartels and liberate our communities from the epidemic of gang violence and drugs pouring into our nation. We will ask Congress to reform our visa and immigration programs to protect jobs and wages for American workers. I love American workers. I love these people. You know what I call the American workers? The forgotten men and women of our nation. And those men and women came out to vote. Nobody ever thought that was going to happen. They came out by the millions. These are great, great people. To keep our nation secure from terrorism and extremism, we will suspend immigration from regions where it cannot be safely processed. We have regions of the world, people are pouring in. I don't have to say who's letting them in anymore. I just have to say they're pouring into our country. We don't need San Bernardino. We don't need another Orlando. We don't need another World Trade Center. We don't need Paris. You look at Paris, you look at Nice, you look all over the world, look what's happening to Germany. We don't need that, folks. We have enough problems, believe me. Your state has just experienced a violent atrocity at the great Ohio State University. And that is a great place. That further demonstrates the security threats that are created. And these are just threats that are stupidly created by our very, very stupid politicians, refugee programs. We offer our thoughts, prayers, and deepest sympathies to the victims, and our hearts go out to the entire community of Ohio State. What a great place. Great place. We're with you, and we will stand with you every single step of the way. The job of the president is to keep America safe, and that will always be my highest priority. We will do everything in our power to keep the scourge of terrorism out of our country. We're going to keep it out of our country. Just so you understand, people are pouring in from regions of the Middle East. We have no idea who they are, where they come from, what they're thinking, and we're going to stop that dead cold flat. And you just take a look at what just happened in your state. Just take a good look and really think about it. Ethics reform will be a crucial part of our 100-day plan as well. We're going to drain the swamp of corruption in Washington, D.C. Drain the swamp. Thank you. I will impose a 5-year ban on executive branch officials becoming lobbyists and a lifetime ban on officials becoming lobbyists for a foreign government. Change is not going to be easy. I am going to need you to fight as hard for these proposals as you fought for this great campaign of ours. We are going to need our government and this movement to be more engaged and more vigilant than ever before to help us accomplish the reforms and overcome decades of stalemate and gridlock. We're going to get it done, folks. Now that you put me in this position, even if you don't help me one bit, I'm going to get it done, believe me. Don't worry about it. Be easier if you help, but that's all right. Don't worry, I'll get it done. Importantly, we are all going to have open arms, and we're going to invite everyone from all political persuasions to join our movement to help us achieve our goals for this country. Great schools, safe neighborhoods, a thriving economy, and a government that answers only to the people, our people. We are going to have to dig deep, and I know you and I and all of the people working with us are up to the task. There are a lot of people working with us. Every single day, you will be the agents of change. Change for our country, but good change, great change. Americans must ignore the pessimists and embrace the optimism that has always been the central ingredient of the American character. We are the nation that won 2 world wars, that dug out the Panama Canal, that put a man on the moon and satellites all over space. But somewhere along the way, we started thinking small. I'm asking you to dream big again. And bold and daring things for your country will happen once again. I'm asking you to join me in this next chapter of this unbelievable and unprecedented movement as we work toward prosperity at home, peace abroad, a new frontiers in science, technology, and space. I am asking you to, is that right? Yeah. I love this guy. He's a believer. You are a believer, right? He's a believer. I'm asking you to believe in America once again. We have many challenges, but this is truly an exciting time to be alive. There's been no time like it. The script is not yet written. We do not know what the next page will read, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a great page. But for the first time in a long time, what we do know is that the pages will be authored by each one of you. Each one of you. Americans will be the captains of their own destiny once again. You know, I talk about our great movement, and you are the movement. I'm the messenger. I'm just really the messenger. Although I've been a very good messenger, let's face it, right? I've been a pretty good messenger. So once again, I want to thank Ohio. I want to thank the great people of Ohio. It's an incredible place, an incredible state. There's been nothing like it. And remember this, it was when they called the landslide that we had in Ohio that these extremely dishonest people started saying, something's happening very big tonight. Something's happening very big. And I've been saying it to you for many months, but I'll say it one last time tonight. We are going to come together and make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ohio. Thank you.
There it is, everybody. Donald Trump.